Welcome, everyone, to a new Instagram live series where I'll be exploring common life challenges, how to understand them, and most importantly, how to break free from them. Before we begin, I want to take this moment to wish everyone Ramadan Kareem. May this holy month bring peace, clarity, and personal growth. Ramadan is a month of self reflection. It is a month of discipline and realigning ourselves with our highest value, which makes today's conversation all the more important. This holy month, we'll be tackling two different issues: financial difficulties and procrastination, so that we can start making those powerful changes in our lives. There's a quote by Seneca, the Stoic philosopher, that says, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor." This reminds us that financial struggles aren't just about money itself, it's about our relationship with money. It's about our mindset and the values that we live by. Studies show that 77% of people feel anxious about their finances, yet most never take any time to reflect on their financial behaviors and their beliefs. To help us dive deeper into this, I am joined with Mr. Ahmed Fadhul, who is the founder of the MG Life Methodology. He is also a human behavior specialist, a mind and behavioral coach and counselor, who will help us understand more how to align our financial decisions with our highest value. Mr. Ahmed, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Temvi, for having me. I'm so happy and grateful to join you and to express our thought and thinking related to the finance stress. And of course, there's a lot of things we're going to dive in, but I'm happy and thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. So, as you said, let's just dive in straight away. First thing I would like to understand about financial stress. So, my question to you is, financial stress is like, something that everybody experiences sometime in their
Yeah.
lives, some point of
Mm.
their lives. But why do some people handle it better than the others? Is it purely about income, or does our perception play a role in it?
You know, when we talk about financial stress, first of all, have to be clear. There's nothing to do with poor or rich.
Mhm.
There's some poor people have struggle and finance stress, and some very very rich people they face finance stress. So why we have finance stress? Why we stress about money, about our income, and where the money goes? See, majority of people who's having finance stress mean they have no idea how to pay the bill, or they have difficulty to pay the bill, and they think they have like loans and they don't know what's going to happen in the future, so they are stressed about future. Majority of financial stress is to do with a future. That's why when you talk to anybody, they will be related to renting the apartment or a car or loans and this thing. So reason why, because we as a human, we want to be living in security. Majority of this security, it comes from where I live, what to eat, and how to be in safe area. So that's we call it a survival stress. So it's nothing to do with now with money. Even why people have stress while they have multi-millionaire, and they stress when it comes to the finance. So to make it easier, anybody who have not recognized their highest value, or there is the telos, we call it telos, end of mind, something that you want to be fulfilled while you're doing that, which is the highest value, you will be facing a financial stress. So majority of people who cannot understand what is the highest value, they will find themselves in a financial stress. They will find themselves when they have money, the money is not enough, and they will find if they spend the money in a different area of needs, and they will call that a survival need, but actually it is to do with their mental thinking, is the way how they think, the perceptions of I don't have enough money, or there is no money at all. Basically, if you want to keep it between two words, anybody who have not recognized their highest value, they will find themselves, they are living in the anxiety of there is no money, there is I'm short of money, and even if I have money, I have to spend it only on survival. So this is a quick explanation.
Let's talk about the role of value in money management. Okay, you just said that there are some people around there who have a lot of money, but they still have that struggle despite they are earning quite well, but they still have that struggle with money. How can someone align their financial decisions with their highest value and reduce that stress to create a healthier financial life?
The secret of having security, or let we say having the stress or the anxiety, if you want to reduce that to the minimum, you ask yourself what I want to spend that money in, or where I want, where I love to spend the money if you have money. Because if you don't have the highest value clear to your mind, your money or whatever you've got as a finance, you'll spend it on survival. So there is too complicated for the mind to understand where want to spend the money. If there is no goal related to the highest value, or the value is not very clear for the person who is having the financial stress. People who have the value or have highest value clear to them, you will find they will be happy to spend whatever money around them, or going to pay through their values. So they will spend to the value. It's not something out of the value. That's why they will be balancing themselves from within. Money, it's whether it's there or it's not there, they will be spending that cash into the value itself.
Otherwise, you say that when people are still earning quite well, and if their value is not, defined in their
Yes.
minds, they are just in survival. So they will only
Yes.
spend money on, or they are going to spend money on what it makes them happy for a short amount of time, going out for dinners or going out for a short
Absolutely.
holiday. Yeah.
This topic is beautiful. If somebody who is understanding with the value, what's the highest value, so he can spend the money on. See, there is, I know, for example, very close friends I know, millionaire, billionaires. They have talking about more than 50 million they have, but they are in stress, in finances stressed. They have building, they have houses, they have cars, but they are in the finances stress. So what does it mean? It means that the money, if you don't know what's your highest value, you will be in a financial stress. You're not going to be fulfilled. Your mind will be always looking at, you are not safe. You're
Yeah.
not safe because you don't know who you are. You don't know your highest value. You only want to spend that money into some material. So that's why you see rich people, they have the car, they have, but they are stress money. And they, some of them, or majority of them, tighten themselves,
Yeah. Yeah.
tight on others.
Yeah.
Why? Because if you get money, if you get like 100,000 dinar or 1 million, you cannot spend 1 million one day. You cannot. Not even 100,000 dinar every day. You cannot.
Yeah.
You know. So whether you have multi-millionaire or you have 2,000 dinar, you're gonna spend according to your needs. And your needs, if there's not clear to your value, you'll spend it. That's why you will go traveling, for example.
Yeah.
You're running away from the pain. You want to be in a pleasure, so you go away. Or you go to the finance restaurant and you eat well, but doesn't mean you are not, for example, even having a loan. You will have loan, you will take a loan, but at the same time you will go to the best restaurant or drive the best car to enjoy it. Are
Correct.
you having financial stress? Yes. You see, so whether poor or rich, financial stress is to do with the perception or understanding that from within you are safe. So that's when you have any kind of money, for example, you will be living your life according to that standard. Sometimes, for example, you live in a small house and you will be perfect. You'll be not having a finance stress at all. And somebody who's living in a palace and they will be having financial stress.
Correct.
So it's all to
Yeah.
do with the perception of way of understanding. It's not to do with the material or the money. It's to do with who you are and what you want to be fulfilled in. If you know it, you will spend whatever you have into, you'll invest within yourself.
I mean, now let me twist it a little bit. There is something called a trap of spending. Basically, what it is, there's a chapter in the psychology of money called Man in the Car Paradox, where Morgan Housel explains that money is spent to impress others. But ironically, no one really notices that you're spending money to impress. So, how do you think those social pressures play a role on financial struggles and how people can break free from that cycle?
Well, as I said, this is very deep and psychological way of understanding what it's like showing off. I call it showing off. So
Yes.
usually you want to go on and spend something, and in our region we fight for who paying the bill. Okay, we're fighting who's gonna pay the bill.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have like a 20 dinar, and you want to fight to pay the 5 dinar for the bill, and somebody who's around you more having more money, but you will insist to pay. Why we
Yes.
do this? Because we want to have validation. We want to know that other people to see that we are rich inside.
Mm.
But it's the other way. It is showing us we are poor inside. That's why we fight to show our generosity, and that's nothing to do with generosity. It is funny that you see a lot of people who want to pay, pulling their money quick, and they think they are generous, but actually there is something from within. It's not been fulfilled, and they want to fulfill it through this kind of payment.
I agree. I mean, I've had people who, like, if we go out for dinners, they insist that they want to pay the
Yes,
bill. Wherein I am one person who's like, okay, if I'm going out for a dinner, I would pay my
madam.
share,
Yeah,
and I'll pay you pay your share. I mean, it's fair.
yes,
But
yes,
I have along with me, I've had people coming in like, oh, let me pay. I will pay. So for a while it's okay. Okay, once you pay, twice you pay, the third time you as like I don't feel nice. I want to go out with them because they will insist to pay the bill, which I do not
right,
appreciate. You know, I
right.
appreciate that I take care of my own weight.
Yes,
Whatever
yes,
I'm eating or whatever I'm spending on, it's I'm spending on for myself. I'm
yes,
not taking a responsibility for somebody else's payment.
yes.
It's a very interesting paradox, as you say. Yeah.
I will share with you a funny story.
Yes.
I have some couple of group friends, okay, different, but one group of friends who comes every Saturday to the cafe. And this cafe, they have their own group. They're a friend of mine, but not, we don't sit down with them. So what they do, I have do observation on their table. They are about 6 people, 6 persons staying there. Every week on Saturday, one of them go and pay the bill. Okay, so
Okay.
it's like rotating,
Yeah,
rotating,
rotating. Okay. Yeah.
rotating. There's
Okay.
some of them rich, some of them average, some of this. The problem I see there's sometimes some Saturday, couple of friends come and sit down on that table as well to have a coffee. So
Okay.
sometimes you see the poor person have 2 extra on his table, and his bill become
Mm.
like too
Yeah.
much. And
Yeah.
you can see start getting anxiety because this is turning his time to pay the bill, and people coming to more to his table. And the deal with them that anybody who come to this, we have to take the bill on us. They don't want you. Even if you go, it's not that you want to pay. They say, no, 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 no. If you
Yeah.
come to our table, you are our guest.
Yes.
But the poor person who's having the rotate, having the issue. That's why when he said it's the best, you divide the bill normal, anybody is there, they pay their bill. Okay?
Yes, and very interestingly, recently I watched a show on, and in that there was a group of sportsmen, and
Yeah.
their deal was like the rookie or the person who is the newest in the team has to take care of the bill, and they are all like very expensive restaurants. So when it was a
Right.
chance of a one young or new athlete who joined the team had to pay, he was so stressed out throughout the day that he was calling banks, asking for loans, or calling an advance on his credit card, advance on his salary, because he was so stressed out that he had to pay a big bill throughout for the dinner. But this is the reality. This is the
It is.
reality of things.
Mm, mm.
Yeah. And it's a
It,
sad
it
reality.
it's actually the finance is related to the behavior, right? Okay. If your
Yes.
stress is based on who you are, based on your behavior. So if you want to see somebody who's his situation, whether he's in stress or he's in finance stressed or not, you see his behavior. It's nothing to do how much he have in the bank, how much he
Yeah.
is actually stressed with that money.
Yes.
I've seen, as I say, some friends, they are they're sweating. They're 60, 70 years old, sweating because they have finance stress, and they have like 100 million, 100 million, 100 million, and they're stressed because it's like 200,000 dinar. Stress to, they might even have a heart attack. Imagine
My
how
God.
much the stress causing them to lose their life and health, and the money is there, but they are in finance crisis.
You discussed in this very answer that there are people who have a lot of money, but they're still very tight. They have that scarcity mindset,
Mm.
that miser mindset. Like there is a fear of losing it, I believe, and there's a fear of not having enough money
Yes.
in their minds. So how can you shift that scarcity mindset to an abundance mindset, even if they are struggling financially?
You see, we'll take the person who's having really financial difficulties. Okay, let's say there's the cash is not
Mm.
there, not at all, minimum. Like let's say 200, 300 dinar, 400 dinar maximum they have, and they have responsibility. Anybody who have that financial struggle, they have to notice where I gonna spend the money in? Where I'm gonna spend it? Am I gonna spend it on myself and on myself as my needs, or onto my values? Now, if they think of their needs only, they think of food, rent, cars, and this kind of things. It's just like survival things. But if they have their value clear to them, and they invest and focus into their value, and they will be happy to utilize that cash into their really needs in their value, the needs and the value, not needs on the survival, needs onto the highest value, which is your purpose, your fulfillment, your fulfillment. So when you focus into that, you will be going more into I will say you'll be more generous into yourself with that minimum reward. For example, you can reward yourself with 2 dinar, 1 dinar, not necessarily 100,000 dinar you spend, or car. You could be going for even a small lounge, or over small dining, small shawarma. You will be rewarding yourself if your mindset understanding that you are rewarding yourself from your highest value. So whatever around you, whatever you've got existing around you, you should be like thankful for it and utilize it to your needs as value needs, not as material needs. As you who you are. If you love, for example, reading or media, you should invest whatever your money into that microphone or speaker or box. This is where you need to more focus into that, and you will see abundance. The abundance, it's all around us, but that's related to the value. You will find everything's around you when you focus on your highest value, which is you will make your own finance security when you spend into your own value.
But there are times that people have that, they have to create that balance between security and passion. So many people say, I'll give you an example. So many people stay in jobs they dislike just for security because it's giving them money, finance, while
Yes.
others choose that passion, but they struggle sometimes financially because they've chosen their passion over security. How can we find this balance between stability and doing what we love?
Majority of people who's working, they look at work separate than the
Yeah.
life. Okay, it's work and life. Okay, like work is something to keep you survive. A majority of us work survive. So when you do when you go for life, or your hobbies, on your what you do is completely different, and that's why they want to balance it. But really, if the person who's clear about his life and how to create a bridge between my work, if I'm working in different area of my values, if I create a bridge that whatever that work giving me as a income, as a security income, how can I invest with my value, with my life in it? So if I have this bridge, I will reduce the stress of my work or where I'm working at, because I will see there is a benefit of my salary that paying off my hobby or what I love to do. But
Yes.
this is have to go through a strategy, of course, planning a strategy roadmap, that how can I work for 2 to 3 to 5 years in that job to create a shift for me to do what I love to do and I get paid for it. Because majority of us work in a place they are not related to what we love to
Yeah.
do, and that pay me money, but whatever payment goes for my survival. The difference between I do work into what I really love as a value, and that value paying me. So I don't even think of taking a holiday. So my holiday is my work, and my work is holiday. This is where the best things that a person could really have a strategy to achieve something in the future. But anybody working away from the value, they call it, I'm working away from my life. So that sometimes they come from work, they say, I don't want to think, don't talk to me about work. So
Yeah.
the best thing is to create a bridge of understanding. The mind have to understand, if let me say, invest of what I've got from work to invest into whatever I do in my future
Yeah,
as
or like
value.
if you love something, but you're not working in that particular field, you try to see something that you're working at least remotely around that place. Say, for example, if you are, you like gaming, or you try to look for something which are closely related, either an IT company or a computer
That's right.
development thing, so that you are at least closer to that work environment, so that no matter what, you will still gain knowledge into your value. You'll gain
Correct.
an experience towards your value. If
Well
that is a
explained.
possibility, if that is not a possibility, then you need to create, you don't need to leave your job, but you can still create a plan, as you said, towards using some amount of your paycheck towards your value, so that
Right.
like if you are working from 9 to 5 and you are gaming, you start your gaming career by in the evening hours, you have your own space
Right.
where you can start investing on a proper computer, proper
Yes.
gaming chair, for example, so that will all feed your value.
You see, Tanvi, it is beautifully you explain that. But the issue is in here. The person who want to invest, if he have no idea about what is his value, you
Then
will find him spending that money into the material,
correct.
into the pleasure only. And this is the big things in here. This is where people have finance stress. That's why we
Mm,
say, if somebody who's very rich, they don't need to invest in anything. They need to leave that
mm,
work. But why they
mm,
don't even leave that work? They see, they work and they invest into something away from their value, away from their value. They have multi-millionaires. Okay, just dedicate 1 million for your value. No, they don't. And this is where it becomes stress, and they become more tight, and they want only to do pleasure, not life, pleasure for survival. But what you
mm.
said, this is where we have to, anybody who can listen to us, please understand, your highest value is where you invest in it, you spend where you enjoy more. It's not necessarily a lot of money, but you want the happiness, the fulfillment. And this is where, if you work in somewhere else, not the let me say, not the nothing related to your highest value, where you create a bridge into what you love to do by recognizing this is your highest value, and this is where you create a balance. Tanvi.
I agree. Sorry, there was a
It's
misconnection, but
okay.
I heard everything that you just said. Um, like people have, unless they know their highest value, it's very hard for them to, invest on it. So speaking of investment, investment in personal growth and financial concerns, let's tackle that part. See,
Yeah.
Jim Rohn, a renowned motivational speaker and personal development expert, consistently highlighted the significance on investing on personal growth. whether
Yes.
you are through skills or through business or
You,
education. It's a
mhm.
foundation. He said it's a foundation on both personal and financial success. He said that. And despite this, many people hold back from making such investments due to financial concerns. So, what's your perspective on this, and how can one make those wise investments in self growth?
Let's see, it's been taken beautifully, you know. Another way, you see, we need we need goal for our life. We need to see, we set a goal for ourselves.
Mm,
We need to set a goal. If there is no goal, then obviously that we cannot invest in what do you want to invest in. You know, if we don't have a goal that related to who we are, whatever goal that we set, it's not our goal. So even what we're gonna spend in, it will create a stress for us. You see,
correct.
there's, it's a clear message here. If I know, if I have a goal, set goal, or have a roadmap to achieve my goal, if it is related to my highest value, it's the best investment we do, because
Mm,
that will take the anxiety. So anxiety always, it's something unknowing.
mm,
For the, for something will happen in the future. I don't know what will happen. That's it create an anxiety. Or I don't have money and I want to pay a bill for related to loans, and I don't know how to get money to pay that. But if I have the goal related to my value, I know what I want to achieve, then you will find even a small portion of money. If you, it's so funny, even small money you'll invest, you'll feel happy to invest that money into that goal, because it will give you happiness from within, and that goal related to who you are.
mm.
So understanding that if you want to invest in something, invest in who you are, and to the goal that when you achieve it, you will be having the
Mm.
fulfillment.
And it all starts with understanding and knowing your value. If you know that, you will put your money aside. It is a goal that you create. But you know what? There are people who know their value. They have their finances,
Yes,
but the mind is not in the right
this
place.
is the
They don't
problem.
have the goal. That's the problem. Because then it's just like shooting into thin air. You don't have a plan where what to use that. And as you said, it all goes down to your survival.
It,
My bills paid, is my food fridge stocked, is my, is, I mean, we are not saying that create taking care of those basic needs is very
no, no.
necessary.
You,
Yes, we're not
you,
saying that don't do that, but
you,
yeah.
you'll find it very funny. I call the bank is the fridge for them. Whenever they have money, they keep it in the bank. And it's the
Yes.
fridge is it's like food. I want to make sure there's a food in the
Mm,
fridge. So the
mhm.
bank, I keep the money in the bank. But
Yeah.
obviously, if you have the money in the bank, what is for?
Mm,
What's the money in the bank for? Okay, good to save money, excellent. But
mm,
what you want to spend it on? See, they
correct.
will always go for security in case something. That's why a lot of people, especially in the Middle East in here, they die, and after that they find in the bank more than 5 to 10 millions there, and
Mm,
the family and the kids suffer all these years. There's a lot of story around. Why?
mm,
Because they think the father mother, they want to keep a security for their kids, and the kids reach 32, 35, and they still the money hitting the father, they died,
mm,
passed away, and
mm.
and the person or the son, he's all reached 45, 50, and they find millions. They say, oh my God, you kept us poor all these years to keep to protect us. You
For
destroy
what?
us.
From what? Yeah.
They destroy us. So any finance stress is to do with the mind. It's not to do with I have money or don't have money. And that's why when you say, okay, I gave you 1 million, what are you gonna do with it?
Yeah.
Straight to they say,
You buy
I pay for my
a
loans, I
house.
pay
I
this,
want to pay my
I
bills.
pay house,
Yeah.
and you find I will give away.
Yes.
Give the poor people. I give this kind of thing, and
Yeah. Yeah.
and and, and you know.
Yeah. And it's a very thing. It's a very interesting thing. I mean, if you ask anybody tomorrow, I'll
Yes,
give you 1 million. What are you going to do with
yes.
it?
You see,
Oh, I will get a house, I will
yeah,
get a car, I will
okay.
get this, all materialistic.
It,
But do you have a plan to create what you love? Do
it,
you have a
it,
plan what you want to do with your life? This
it,
money is a resource, as we said. It's a resource
it,
to create. It's not something
it,
that you create, find,
it is so
you know.
funny. You said it. You said it. You ask, I give you 1 million. What you gonna do with it? Do you gonna have finance security if I give you 1 million? No, not at all. Because the moment you pay everything, there is no money because you have not secured yourself. What you secure yourself with? You start giving away that millions.
Ah,
But what is your security? But if you have a goal, if you know what you do, if you know if you say, okay, I have 1 million, I will spend 500,000 in my value. Wow, then you will
mm,
have finance
mm.
independence. Then you will be happy. Then okay,
Yeah.
through your value, you can pay all the debts or the loans or whatever you want to give charity. Fantastic. But don't say I will take the million I have, I'll give it to charity. What about yourself?
Yeah. And it's a very sad thing. I mean, you yourself and me, we are in the field. We want to, um, through these efforts that we are doing through Instagram lives, through in-person workshops and talks. I've noticed over the years that people where it's very difficult for people to invest even like 5 or 10 dinars to learn something that
Yes.
will open their minds to a new
Mhm.
possibility.
Correct.
But they would use the same 10 dinars and they will go and to a movie and buy popcorn large size and spend 12
You see?
dinars at at a cinema and spend it for 3 hours, which they will not even like at the end of the
You
day.
see? You
So I
see?
mean that's the thing, what are you using your money for?
Four.
It's not about having a lot of money. As you
No,
said,
no,
there's a
no,
man
no.
who's keeping everything in the fridge and then he dies after,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
people 55 is like, what have you done to us?
Yes.
Children 55 years old, you've not even given us something. So it's like, you
It,
keep it, but you
it is
don't invest it on yourself.
it is very hard to understand for anybody if they don't know their highest value. That's why they cannot spend the money in anywhere. They
Yeah,
will only spend in survival or just for the pleasure because they're living in a pain. But anybody who clear understanding their highest value straight away, you see they will be investing into the highest value. And it's a smile out of it. Where are you gonna spend your money? There's a smile. I'm spending
yeah,
this.
yeah,
Spending this. But see, when you ask somebody, you have a million, what are you gonna spend it on? No, I'm gonna do pay this, pay this, pay this, pay this, pay this. You see, they are not live.
yeah,
They already survive. Million I gave you. What you gonna do? They almost I'm gonna do giveaway, giveaway, giveaway,
yeah,
giveaway.
yeah.
But somebody
To feel nice for
who's
a minute. Maybe I feel nice if I give people money.
okay, that's good. See, giving away money is a fantastic, but if you give away and you don't have money, what you gonna end up with?
Correct.
But create your value. Let the value give you money and give money through your value.
Yeah.
So it's not that we say don't give people. We want to give, but you need to put your oxygen mask first, then
Then
assist other.
happens.
You see?
Yes.
So this is where you understand that if you know your highest value, give the most people who know their value, Tanvi, in this big celebrity, you see they give big charity. You look at them. Charity, they have charity, a lot of charity. So why they give money through the company that they are working in.
Yeah.
It's not through the company, it's not through their personal.
Correct.
So whatever they invest into their value, they give charity and they
Mm.
help other. That's correct.
Mm.
But you don't have you don't have value and you start giving away this money. It doesn't
Mm.
work that way. Unless
Mm.
unless somebody who want to have the secret of heaven after they die, then they pay the money. That's something else. I pay them help other people so I can go to the heaven. Not even helping the people.
Okay, moving forward, I would like to tackle the topic of debt. You remember we spoke about debt and loans, yeah? So there's
Yes,
an
yes.
emotional impact of debt, and so I want to understand this. Debt is one of the biggest issues that causes financial anxiety. How can
Uh,
someone one manage the emotional burden of debt and working towards financial freedom?
Anybody have debt, and they have like a lot of bills to pay, and they are stressed about money and how to make money, how to create first understanding that any money you can make through there, it need to go for a goal. If there is
Mm.
no goal that you spend in the money in, it will be again going to survival. So the best things to clear all debt in the banks and everything, you need to clear a strategy for you to achieve your highest value,
Mm.
to achieve your goal. And you work small bits investing for that. So when you get that investment, then you paying your debts in the banks. And
Mm.
but if you're thinking of I want to only pay the debt, you'll find them all the
Yeah.
time, all around.
They get
People
deeper and deeper into
more,
it.
more and more and more
Yeah.
and more. They take loan and they will pay. It will be the same thing.
Yeah.
But if
Yeah.
you have what you want to achieve, even with small, start invest in yourself, in your value, and from their value, the reward you can pay the debt. But if you want to pay the debt only without having value, this is where the bank know that they understand that, and they will be offering
More and
loan, and
more
you will.
money to you so that you get more into debt.
Yes, and
Yeah.
all the money you will go, it will be spent it onto traveling, onto the pleasure and joy.
Yeah,
So
I've actually seen, Mr. Ahmed, I've seen people who have taken loans just to get married for the wedding party.
I see.
I've seen those. See,
Yes.
so you
See.
what? First of all, let's look at the fact that what are you using that loan for? Are
Yes.
you taking in for that loan because you need it for certain, to create a certain survival, meet a certain survival need for yourself? But if you're using that money for a party that is going to last about what, 4 hours, and then you have to pay for it for the next 2 years, you need to think on those terms as well, that what are you using that loan
Yes.
for?
That's right.
That if you're putting yourself into debt, on what reason, on what grounds are you putting yourself in debt? I mean, I'm
Right.
not
Right.
saying that. I've also learned through experience. This is something that I'm saying because
Mm-hmm.
I've also gone through financial troubles in which I have taken some loans or some debts in which I had to pay a certain amount of money, which when I was paying it back, I was thinking, why did I actually take that loan? And I had no answer. But today, if I take a loan to invest on my value, I think that
That's right.
will give
Yes.
more return for me because I'm using that loan to invest on my value.
Yes. You'll find at MV, anybody who is struggle in death, basically they are having anxiety and having worried, and they will be going on and on taking loans.
Correct.
Why? Because they reach depression, because there is no goal, there is nothing. It's almost you take in the loan blank, and that loan will go only for a pleasure, only pleasure for sometimes taking loan travel.
Mm.
End of the year, you go for like 1 month or 2 months and come back, but you spend 2,000 dinar loan, and you come back again for having
Paying.
stress, and this is where a lot of anxiety and stress and suffering, and end up of people get diseases and physique problems. And so as you said, if you, really somebody who want to clear their depths, that they need to understand where they're gonna invest in, what they're gonna invest in, and not just any investment or any business giving you money. No, no, not any business or entrepreneur who's become like successful. No, I invest within myself, and who we are, what we've got in the value. It's fantastic, but we don't know because we have not practiced in that. The first reward for investing in yourself within a lot, like by understanding your value, the first is the happiness from within, then the
Correct.
health,
Mm.
and then the stabilities, understanding other people, more consciousness. You will be happy and grateful for whatever income around you. You're happy and grateful. Even sometimes one party for you with only soft drinks, that's fine. With one juice only, or one, small mezza, it's fine. It's not like to have party and big food, and that's fees. It doesn't work that way. So
Yes,
it's really the best thing that we might even always repeat, Tanvi, is by understanding, if I want to invest something, I want to clear my debt, I need to know what I want to achieve for myself through my highest value.
I agree. So now, taking what you said a little bit further, if you can just give us some steps for our listeners can actually use those steps to improve their financial well-being.
Number one, anybody who's facing the struggle of the finance, they need to look at themselves from within and be happy and grateful of what they
Mm.
have. It's not just I want, and majority of people who want, they have, but they don't see it. Okay,
Yeah.
so appreciating of who you are and what you have, whether small or big, you need to appreciate that. Second, you need to invest within yourself, reward yourself as the value. It's not having a pleasure. When you say reward yourself, it doesn't mean that you travel and go eat food. No, 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 no. Reward yourself within, it means by understanding your identity, your highest value. Invest in who you are, because you are amazing inside you. You are amazing. Invest, recognize it and invest. Number three, that you have to have a plan of what you want to achieve in your life. So you need to put a goal for you, what you want to achieve. If you have all the money, again, what are you going to do with it? So setting a goal for yourself and start taking step by step, facing that goal and going through that goal by small baby goals, you will find yourself, you are out of the finance stress. It's nothing, again, nothing to do too much I have money or less money. Financial stress is to do with me. I mean, I have anxiety. I don't know how to pay my bills, but I pay my bills. Could people have multi-million bill and have few dollar or dinner a bill? So I think by understanding this, appreciating yourself and investing within yourself, and this is the best advice. Of course, the best package is by understanding your value and let your mind understanding who you are, by be conscious of your decisions. Let that decision be giving you the free will into who you are. And by doing this, you will find yourself step by step achieving happiness, financial stabilities, and happiness and life and wellness.
Perfect. Before we go, I would like to have one more question. I think we have time for that. I want to understand about mind, our mindset. So, specifically, our self worth and our beliefs and our paradigms about financial or money management. How can our mindset and our beliefs affect our financial success? And what is the first step for shifting this?
Well, see, your mindset is like, it's the decision of what you make. The mindset is the decision of what you make. By having a positive mind, we will call it positive ending. By understanding, letting your mind to have like, I have opportunity to create wealth within myself, by repeating this word into yourself, that you are worth it, you have a goal, you want to achieve it, you are hooking into that goal, and have the will to do it, and taking action, and taking not just a word, taking action physically. Then you'll find your mindset being shift to something almost like a duty. You're doing that, but you're doing that with happiness. So building a mindset of what you want to achieve in the future will create a shift into the paradigm, because the paradigm usually have, I don't have money, I am short of money, and this, by understanding that you have a goal and I want to invest within myself, that you will create paradigm shift into your mindset, then of course you will achieve, definitely you'll achieve your goal.
Mr. Ahmed, I think this brings us to the end of our conversation. It has been an incredible conversation, deep insights, practical strategies for shifting our financial reality through value and our mindset. I think to everyone who's watching, if you found this valuable, please make sure to follow Mr. Ahmed Fadhul at My Life 2020. I will tag him on this video. And for if you'd like to know more about the insights of human behavior and personal growth, please follow him. And of course, if you're not following me, please hit the follow button for me and for more deep conversations and empowering content. And until then, remember that your financial reality is not shaped by money, but by your value and your mindset. So thank you again, Mr. Ahmed, and see you next time.
Thank you for having me. See you again.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you.